Game number 1 between
Oh
Cambodia
my
and
God.
Malaysia. And as we suspected,
Franco.
it's a Franco in the jungle from Chiku. What in the world is going on?
Wow.
Wow, okay. I guess with Malaysia, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
There's no point being surprised anymore. But now,
But
look
I'm
at that
quite
already.
surprised, yeah.
Ty actually trying to make a bit of a distraction, but he might just get punished. Chiku and Yums going in aggressively, and Ty will be able to dash away on that Rafaela. But unfortunately, it does seem like Yums is going to be attacked by Deja. But everyone backs away. It's just all good. But Ty will be recalling, and that will be Malaysia just having a lot of pressure in the early game. But I think the concern here for Chiku on that Franco is the farming, because with that bounty hunter emblem, he's gambling on actually getting very fewer camps and actually ganking a lot more. It fits the Malaysian playstyle, but we'll have to see if Cambodia has an answer.
Yeah, let's see. It's quite, maybe a little bit tricky here because they will bring that Franco jungler. It's new for me, to be honest, but I really like that Minshita pick here. So we will see what will Malaysia do with this Franco jungler. But Dija will comes and try to clear the minion as soon as possible. And Formis, I think he can still trying to clear the top lane without any concern that coming from the Cambodia team here, and Boom still able to let the passive playstyle coming from Formis here, because Formis seems need to get the level 4 first.
Right, with level 4, Formis becomes a completely different hero. He does have the combo with the Petrify and the Electro Final Blow, but for now, it just seems like it's a very wave management, wave-heavy situation. But look at that fight, Chico guys getting bursted down. First blood picked up by Deja on that new hero, on the Joy, but that will be Moon trading back a kill. The turtle, though, gets stolen in the middle of everything by Lutu, and the Malaysians, they want vengeance. They keep going in, and Yums is chasing down Boom. Boom gets taken down, and then everyone else follows suit. That's a double kill for Yums, and the Malaysians assert their dominance.
Wow, and let's see. Malaysia, they still able to get the third kill here, especially for Yums, right? With that 2 kill. This is what I see from Deja. Now, is he still level 1?
No, I think he has.
Oh, it's level 4. Okay, so it's
Exactly. This hero is just so mobile, and there's so much burst potential. You don't really notice it, but the small amounts of crowd control combined with the dashes, it's just completely annoying to deal with. And in that mid lane, look at that wave clear. That just gives the Cambodians a lot more wave clear to play around with. But of course, against 2 hooks from the Malaysians, it might be a bit too dangerous for them to not watch where they are gonna move.
And Yums, I think it's kind of important for
Ooh.
his presence, and Momo needs to flick out because he saw 3 members in the bottom lane trying to punish her and giving a pressure since the early game. We talk about this later, right? So the Malaysian composition, actually they are trying to play into the mid until the late game composition because they need sometimes.
Ooh.
But meanwhile, we talk about that. OP has been, doing his homework.
Doing his homework and getting that kill. Momo gets taken out, and the Malaysians are on that back foot. Deja on this Joy. That pressure allows them to actually play so aggressively and secure a turret at the bottom side. Formace has rotated to try and alleviate some of this pressure, but it's clear that the Malaysians are struggling to keep up. It's a tough situation for them for sure, especially because all these very aggressive early game heroes with a lot of wave clear. The Beatrix, the Joy, the Lapu Lapu even. There's a lot of tools in the hands of the Cambodians to manipulate these waves.
They only have this Benedetta if they want to play the rhythm in the early game actually. And for me, it's not enough because we know Benedetta still needs some item, maybe on War Axe or maybe some the Bloodlust Axe for the lifesteal here. So need some time as well for Formace. So I think Malaysia, they will try to play a little bit passive here until the minute number 6 or 7, until at least Momo got his Berserker Fury. Or maybe Blade of Despair.
Well, we say that they will play passive, but they were the ones who initially got the abundance in kills. So we'll have to see. I think these turtle situations are where things get a bit confusing because sometimes which team prioritizes the turtle might just get caught off guard, and that seems to be the approach that a lot of these aggressive teams have been taking. You can take the early turtle, but then we'll take 2 or 3 members, and it will still be worth it that way, especially if they can translate that man advantage into a turret objective. But for now, both teams are just waiting around, but Cambodia are the ones that seem to be wanting to orchestrate dives.
Okay, and now 2 members in the top lane here. Yum still able to survive. The King's calling up, but OP got a lot of time and space as well. Look at that, the electrifying bits open up from Dija, but the cover up coming from Malaysia. Look at 3 member Chico, guys, trying to hold up a little bit, and look at the dual manipulation really on time. In the perfect timing, they got Lutu, but not really, maybe a lot of advantage for Malaysia.
They get Lutu, but they lose their top lane turret in the process. Definitely not the result that they would ideally want. They have 2 hooks, but for the most part, Cambodia have no issue at all bringing the fight to them. And now, boom, with the Bloodlust Axe, will be able to sustain even more in the early game fights. And we see that the Malaysians, they are struggling to secure those kills after getting the members of Cambodia low enough in those big fights.
Yeah, and now Cambodia, I just feel that they know what they have to do in the early game. They know Malaysia is looking very, maybe I can say not strong enough to counter all of the damage that Cambodia have. So they have to play a little bit patient here from Malaysia. They try to make some space for Momo, especially Momo has been taken down once, right? So they need some space for Momo to at least get his item until he's ready for the team fight.
Lutu getting poked down by the sniper from Leslie, but Iron Hook lands, and right now the Malaysian trying to strike back with the real manipulation. Chiku picks up 1 kill, but the turtle will be taken by the Cambodians. Is that enough to make it worth it? We'll have to see, because Tai is also being chased down, and Chiku has some plans here. The Iron Hook does not land, but I think the Malaysians might make a play for the purple buff. Aggression all across the board right here.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Chiku used his retribution just now.
He did.
Oh, okay. And yes, there's no retribution for both of the jungler because Cambodia, they secure their turtle objective, and now Momo, he needs to focus. He needs to, buying a lot of time to get his item. And maybe
goes in with the electronic beats, but he gets taken out. Too aggressive, and Yums is still left for now as Deja goes in, ignoring everyone else. Moon is running for his life, but he will be able to get out of that situation. Chiku just hovering around, threatening to engage with the Iron Hook, and Cambodia will be staved off, but only for now.
Yeah, only for now. Now, for me, it's 1 versus 4. Petrify for 2 members here, Nan. And electric blow pops up, but the damage from OP is just way too strong. And now, boom, dive too much, going into the turret in the mid lane. Oh, but look at that. That was really a good point coming from Cambodia here. Yums down, and Chiku, I think he cannot do that much because Momo, finally with the backups coming from Momo, at least it makes Moon can try to survive a little bit here.
What an engage coming in from Boom on the Lapu Lapu, just going in very aggressively and even juking out, surprising the Malaysians with that flicker. That is insane.
Also the combo with the Braver Fighter, right?
To think that in the beginning, Formace was able to get a huge Electro Final Blow with that Petrify. That really started off the fight in favor of the Malaysians, but the Cambodians, they just counter straight back.
I agree with that, and it looks very strong for Cambodia, especially in the first maybe 10 minutes. And OP, he got really a good KDA, 500 with a level 12 right now. If you compare to Momo, there's a 3 level different gap.
3 level difference. It's definitely significant, but of course OP is expected to be winning in this early game. The late game is where Momo is going to take over with that true damage, up to 2k, and against the team of Cambodia, there are 2 fighters, so the true damage will be so useful if they can actually stall the game long enough, because Cambodia is going for the Lord, will be free uncontested, and Malaysia, it seems like they are just trying their best to damage control. They finally secure a turret as well.
Yeah, they maybe can try to, do a split plus strategy here for Momo. Especially, they cannot contest the first Lord, but it's only the first Lord. So Malaysia, they still, they should able to just knock it off very fast. But the thing is, I think Cambodia, they don't want to let they don't want to let this Lord become a giveaway Lord.
Well, on that note though, Formace very aggressively is here, still trying to make sure that he asserts the dominance. He threads the back line, and
Oh,
Yums
Yums.
lands a hook. It's a stun onto Tai, but it won't amount to much. Malaysians are a bit gun-shy right now due to that gold difference. And Deja, as you can see, not a lot of counters available, just moving in and out, and the Iron Hook does not land as the Cambodians will be able to take away one more turret from the Malaysians, moving over to the mid side where Formays will be forced to retreat.
Oh, okay, it's interesting because two turrets down in the top lane and also the mid lane, and now Lord is still going into the bottom lane. It's gonna be a disaster for Malaysia. 6 turrets for Cambodia. Meanwhile, Malaysia, they're still having this high ground defense that they're coming from Iesf, but I think Cambodia want to force a team fight here.
Nigru's Passion will do so much damage, but the Rule Manipulation actually takes
Ooh.
out an OP in the situation.
wow.
Boom gets taken out. That's a shutdown for Moon. 3-0-4. That is a Malaysian striking back with the high ground advantage. Cambodia a bit too overzealous to end the game, losing two very important members in the process. And now this is the momentum shift that the Malaysians have been waiting for. Goal difference reduced to only 2K.
Oh wow, now Malaysia, they are trying to catching up all of the, I can say maybe, disadvantage they have right now, right? With the 2K gold difference in the hand of Cambodia, Malaysia, they refuse to give up. It's just the first game, yeah? And they still have a chance, right?
Oh,
a lot of
absolutely.
chance for this best of 3 series for Malaysia. And this is what they need. Momo need to be in the perfect position, right?
Yes.
Moon need to stay in the safe position as well. So this 2 combo between Momo and Moon, it should be work for Malaysia. If they lose Momo or Moon, I think it's gonna be a disaster because they only have Yams and Chiku as a front laner.
Moon, though, is being targeted. Iron Hook does not land from Chiku. He is struggling to get the valuable pickups that he needs. The snipe, though, exposes the Cambodians, but the Malaysians will not be able to find a big fight. On that point, Momo, as you mentioned, when Deja can get into that back line, that is where they get so much
Agree.
more benefit because Moon as well as Momo just can't have the space to operate to deal out that damage.
Yeah, Malaysian really need to cover this Moon because we know how strong the real world manipulation. It's only a suppress ability that can shut the ultimate down, right? Other than that, Moon will be so free using his real world manipulation. So it's gonna be a homework as well for Cambodia. But I think the second Lord, Malaysia wants to try to take a chance to just contest it.
Formays has rotated, but look at that. That's an in-game from the Cambodians. But the look from the Lord actually benefits the Malaysians. Electric final blow in the back line from Formays, and Moon does a lot of damage. But oh no, OP is still alive, doing a lot of damage, and that will be the Malaysians dropping one by one. Momo, the only one left as the Cambodians claim victory in that massive team fight.
Now Momo really needs to recall because look at that. The minion is going into the base of Malaysia. Momo needs to clear as soon as possible because the 3 member from Cambodia seems they want to focus on the base.
0 seconds jumps will spawn and the waves will not reach the base in time. Now the Malaysians have a chance, but look at that damage onto Momo. Bandit's Rage, that's just a lot of damage in the hands of OP that they cannot ignore. The Malaysians are able to survive, but that's for now. The Lord is marching down in the bottom lane as well. The Cambodians definitely want to make use of this huge momentum shift, and they might just be able to do it. But of course, the Malaysians are in their base. They have a chance here.
Yeah, especially you bring this joy into the late game composition. I think
conceal.
it's not good for Malaysia.
That's a concealed play from the Cambodians. They are trying to get a decisive fight, but they won't be able to find it as the Malaysians zone away. Manipulation is too far
Yums?
back in the back, and we can see that Yums gets taken out, and it's still a really back and forth situation, but the Cambodians are able to take out Yums, so there's no engage, no front line for the side of the Malaysians.
Yeah, the ultimate type pops up going into the hand of OP, and now Cambodia, they are trying to force themselves going into the top lane here, trying to take the best turret of Malaysia, and they succeed. And now it's gonna be the next mid turret here, and it's gonna be the left base turret for Malaysia. So I think it's gonna be a disaster. Look at that, the Phantom Saint pop up. Moon trying to survive here with a good positioning. The Rumo manipulation pop up. I think Cambodia, they will take the game number 1 RSG without any doubt at all. I could say joy is